So the official rating for the FNAF movie, Five Nights at Freddy's movie, has been released. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So several sources for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and some confirmation from Blumhouse itself has revealed that the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie is going to be PG-13 in cinemas. Ultimately does end up making a ton of sense, but at the same time does feel like it's losing out on some of that potential that I'm thinking they could have gone with the story. PG-13 works for getting as broad of an audience in there as possible, as the Five Nights at Freddy's games have had a tendency of kids and adults liking these games and the source material that comes along with these games as well. So in that regard, it does make a lot of sense to have it be PG-13 to get as many kids in there as you possibly can, within reason. There is a very heavy subject matter with this movie that I think would have worked and benefited more from a R rating. Number one, you're killing children in this movie, or in the source material Five Nights at Freddy's. Usually there's 5 kids who end up dying at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. That's a pretty heavy subject matter for a quote-unquote all-audience member movie. And plus there's some elements that I thought in my head that would work better, like for example, it was setting up Michael Lillard as Springtrap in this movie, then that spring lock failure could be really, really violent in the R-rated version. And that could be something very graphic and something even more frightening if you saw a bunch of blood happen in that scene. You're also limiting that part, if they do end up doing that, if you have it as PG-13. Plus there's all this heavy subject matter with death and kids and stuff that I think could have benefited more from a R rating personally. Blumhouse is known for doing a good job with PG-13 horror in my opinion. Megan was really, really good, and even though in the trailers I could tell it used to be R rated and we did have an R rated version that came out afterwards, the actual theatrical release of that movie actually was really, really good. So this could be a case of that where maybe they have 2 different versions where one is R-rated and then the other version is PG-13, or maybe it's just maybe a very good PG-13 movie. But I'm assuming since it's a fan event, yeah, they probably just want to keep it PG-13 or as light as they possibly can, that way not to freak out too many children and to get as much money as they can, because remember, they are releasing this out on Peacock as well as theatrical release. So in that regard, they're probably trying to earn as much money as they possibly can. But what do you guys think of this news of this FNAF movie being PG-13 instead of R-rated? Does this benefit or hurt the movie? Comment below and let me know. As always, if you guys like the video, remember to subscribe today to join the Azilization.